Betsy, I've heard you say this before. You get outside, you think I'm going to be okay. I'm just out here for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Don't need to put sunscreen on.
You do.
But you do.
Absolutely. UV index is high. Matter of fact, it's very high. That's where we've been all weekend. And now as we move into the week ahead, we have more sunshine coming.
I can't wait.
I'm running out of things to tell y'all as to what's going on. But I do want to say this. We are getting dry. And I know we take the sun as we can any time of the year. But we do have to keep an eye on water. And the reason is because we started this year with an abundance of moisture. We were sitting pretty in the rain gauge, but we're chipping away at that surplus. And while that may not seem like such a big deal, when we're enjoying our sunshine and our summery temperatures, it does become a big deal when we really don't have any rain in sight. And these short-term dry spells really can do a number on your gardens and your plants and your lawns. So it can cost you money if you have to water. Trying not to do that, and it can also kind of pull back the growth of your vegetables in your garden. So we always want to get those gardens off to a great start. Make sure you keep watering those gardens. Temperatures tonight are going to fade back into the mid-60s under our clear skies. We are still sitting well into the 80s at this point. Nice day today, obviously, very warm. We made it up to the upper 80s here in Cleveland. Then the lake breeze came in and cooled things off just ever so slightly. But it's also on the dry side. These dew points are very comfortable. Remember, dew points in the 40s are very pleasant. 50s is comfortable. 60s is where we start to feel the humidity just a little bit more. And for those of you who have yet to kick on the air conditioning, the forecast doesn't really change, so now may be the time to take advantage of nighttime cooling. You turn the air conditioning on at night, and then the house doesn't take as much time to cool down. You don't have to overwork the air conditioning units. Rain is out to the west of us, and there's rain, little tiny bit, that's out to the east of us. The problem is the general flow of the atmosphere from west to east across the country is not happening. It's a storm system sitting off the east coast that is blocking everything, as well as a huge area of high pressure in eastern Canada. All of that is pushing back against the general wind flow from west to east. And so our storm tracks are really stuck at this point. But in the long-range forecast, we may see a little harbinger of change. This is the next 7 days. The heat is here, and the heat just continues to sit over the eastern part of the country. But watch right up here in this corner. All of a sudden, you start to see the blues and the greens coming back to the west. That is what's known as a backdoor cold front. Basically, we're stuck with everything to the west of us. It's all got the brakes put on us. So there's a little storm system that's going to retrograde. It's going to come at us from the east, and that may be enough to cool things off. And when we get that little bit of a pattern change, that is when we have our best chances for any kind of rain. We have no chance for rain tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to be even hotter than it was today. Upper 80s once again in your National Designer hour-by-hour forecast. On the lake, that north wind kicks in, 5 to 15 knot winds, waves at 2 feet or less. It should be just perfect. Here's your Union Home Mortgage forecast. Look at this heat. I mean, we could be approaching record highs by the time we hit the end of the week. Upper 80s to around 90. Areas farther west could be low 90s. With all this dryness that we have, our area starts to act a little bit more like a desert environment. So we get big temperature swings that can happen. But in the long range forecast, you can see it cools down. And Monday, we have about a 20% chance of rain. That's the best I can do.
Yeah, we need something.
You know, you tried.
Yeah.
Thanks, Betsy.